Hello, I'm Teacher Meng Meng. Today, we will start with the third part of in-flight execution phase, cabin skills training, for picking up, pouring, and placing. Before we begin, let's watch a short video.
Here is the drink.
Then give me some herbal tea.
Yes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Miss Masaki. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. What is this? Is this a pillow towel?
Wait a minute. This is a rag.
Stay calm.
I'm sorry.
After watching the video, what do you feel? In the cabin, the flight attendant's panic, confusion, and helplessness only brings more inconvenience to us and the passengers. However, this action, although very simple, since the aircraft is a special carrier, our work environment is also relatively independent. So this action is very different. From the ground operation, let's do some calculations. Taking the Boeing 737-800 and the Airbus A320 as examples, we have about 150 to 180 passengers. So first, we need to start with the first round of beverage service. We will repeat this action about 150 times. Secondly, we will have a refill service, so let's think about it. A flight would require about 300 times. For flight attendants, a day's flight is about 2 round trips. That is, for segments. In this way, we repeat this action hundreds to thousands of times a day. When operating, the first point is that we cannot operate on the catering cart, because when we lift our arms, if my right hand is accidentally nudged by a passenger, the drink will spill on the passenger opposite. The second point is that after I take the drink down, lean slightly and hold with your arm. To operate this process, left hand to hold, right hand to pour, and then put it back. It seems simple, but it actually requires us to practice repeatedly. Now let me explain how to arrange our beverages in the cabin. First, we can see the large bottles of water, which are the heaviest. Place them right in the middle of our water grid. Then juice drinks are placed on both sides. Generally, we place 3 types of drinks, and hot drinks are placed on the left and right ends of the catering cart. And this is our ice bucket. Why we place 2 types of cups? Let me explain. If it's a hot drink, we will serve it in paper cups. If it's a cold drink or carbonated beverage, we will serve it in plastic cups. So, the placement of our juice is also particular. We can see, firstly, the trademarks face outward. Secondly, the flight attendants on both sides basically take the drinks on their right side, so the opening direction should be facing forward. The placement of the maximum height of the water cups will not exceed the height of the tallest large bottle of water. When serving hot drinks, the lid should be placed upside down in the service area. For example, on the airplane, we have 2 pots of coffee and 1 pot of tea. Tea is only available on one side, and the other side is the ice bucket. If you need to pour it this time, wait for the flight attendant on the other side to pour it, and then hand it to you. Don't take it from the side, because the tea is very hot. If it spills, it will scald the passenger. Let's start by pouring a cup of tea. After pouring, the tea can be handed over from the side of the catering cart. Let's analyze the key and difficult points of this course. Firstly, it's the service of our juice drinks. When picking up our juice drinks, you should not squeeze it hard. When picking it up, because the paper shell is very soft, and it can easily overflow. When pouring, so we hold it at the lower 1/3 of the juice. Step back and hold it tightly with your arm. Then gently and slowly pour it into the cup. Tilt at a 45-degree angle until the cup is 70% full. Finally, when putting it back, hold the top of the juice and gently place it back into the water grid. Secondly, it's our large bottles of water. It's 1.5 liters. And it's relatively heavy, especially for new flight attendants. It requires repeated practice when operating with one hand. So, when pouring large bottles of water, the key points to note are to keep your hand steady, your aim accurate, and your movements clean and quick. Next, let's talk about our carbonated beverages. The biggest difference between carbonated beverages and others is that they have gas overflow. I remember when I was a new flight attendant, once during a flight, we forgot to open a bottle of cola in advance, which might have been shaken before. Later during the flight, a passenger asked for cola. And as soon as we opened it, the beverage and gas overflowed. At the same time, even though we tried to hold it with both hands and cover it with a towel, we couldn't stop it. In the end, the passenger handed us tissues, which was particularly embarrassing. I hope everyone won't be like us. When a passenger needs a carbonated drink, ask if they want ice first. So, in our service, there is another way to pour. It's when we are refilling water for passengers. We need to take a small tray and place our cup on the front left side of our tray. The heavy item, which is my tea, may be placed at the back. Then take out a cup and place it on the right side. When pouring water, you need to lower the tray, hold it steadily, and then start pouring until it's 70% full. Next, I will show the specific operations of picking up, pouring, and placing. Have you mastered key points of today? Let's review the key points. About picking up, pouring, and placing. When picking up, always hold the beverage at the lower 1/3 and hold it steadily. When placing, handle gently and place softly. Regarding pouring, do you remember the steps? First, stand sideways, position the beverage at a 45-degree angle to the cup, and slowly pour it into the cup until it's 70% full. Repeating simple tasks makes you an expert. Today's lesson is over. I'm Meng Meng. See you next class. Goodbye.